Oklahoma and Brent Venables, baby. Defense, defense, defense. They show up, they show out. We knew it was going to be the case when Venables came to OU. Man, defense is his wheelhouse. It's his MO, that 4-3 base, gritty, tough, physical D. They come out, they beat the Wolverines, and hold them to 13 points. Offensively, Oklahoma didn't have a bad night. They did have a turnover in there, but the defense was truly the biggest factor for me. I knew with Bryce Underwood being a true freshman, coming into this environment, playing against Brent Venables, it was not going to be easy. It was not, okay? They hold them to 13 points. They hold them to 142 yards passing and 146 yards rushing. Now, that 146 yards rushing, if you take away the one big Justice Haynes touchdown that was very first play of the third quarter, 75-yard touchdown, I want to say it was, somewhere in that wheelhouse. You take that away, the rest of the game, they hold them to roughly 70, 80 yards rushing in total. So a dominant performance out of Oklahoma. Let's not waste too much time. Let's get into the film. I'm going to show you just a very brief, keep it simple, rundown of some plays and just kind of the physicality on that defensive line, some of the schemes and the setups that just caused Michigan headaches all night long. Let's run it. All right, first play. Let's run it. Now, let me preface, this is actually going to be a face mask, so it's going to be a first down for Michigan off of a penalty, but the play itself, had it not been for the face mask, would have been a loss, a huge loss. So what are we looking at here? Right off the bat, Michigan, we saw a lot of this in this football game, and I don't quite understand why. I know Chip Lindsey's really a spread and smash concept kind of a guy, but there were a lot of just condensed and just tight splits in a lot of these sets. Michigan's got all 11 guys on this side of the football field. I don't mind that because you give yourself the wide side here being on the opposite hash, but my only problem with that is that all night long it just felt like Michigan really didn't have to extend out enough to the point where they were ever outnumbered in the box. Just a simple 4-3 here. So we have our 4-down linemen with our 3 backers here. We have our corner, and 2 safeties. So we're showing, again, just your base 4-3 look. We're not going to do anything crazy here. This one is in all credit to the defensive line. So let's go ahead. Let's run this play. And I'll just let you guys watch. So we get the face mask there. But let's run it back. Obviously, a huge loss on this play. Where does this thing go wrong? Okay, let's just start real slow. Right off the bat, I'm not really entirely sure what the idea here from Michigan was on the offensive line. We have 44 who just, right here, I don't know if this was a chip or a block or whatever this was, but it was a poor effort all the way around. I mean, we just kind of let him go. We're already going second level, so we're not putting a body on him either. Essentially a free runner. We get a lot of push through the interior of this line. And on top of that, we're blitzing a linebacker and we're sending a corner blitz off the short side hash on the short side of the field. So, I mean, it's 2nd and 10. We're not even threatened by the pass. I mean, Venables is sending the house on this one. Maybe not the house, but you get what I'm saying. Like, we're coming, man. We're not scared of you at all. We get plenty of penetration. If 97 doesn't make this tackle, and obviously the face mask kills it, but if we don't make this tackle here, I mean, we got here on the backside pursuit. 9's in a good spot. 52's off his block. He's in a good spot. I mean, we're fine. 5 has a chance to shed this block. I just don't see where this play is going for the Wolverines, and a lot of this game, that's really what it felt like. 2nd and 3. Let's run a reverse. Let's see what we can do, right? Can we pick up a big chunk play? This is when you can dig into the playbook. No, we're going to go backwards. Not a very good play. Just pretty bad. Pretty abysmally bad. But let's talk it through. Let's see what we got here, okay? Let's go back to what we just mentioned on this last go-around in terms of the spacing and these kind of condensed bunch sets that Chip Lindsey and Michigan like to run a lot this game. We're showing heavy power towards the short side of the field over in this direction. So Oklahoma is not scared of this at all. They're pretty tight down, condensed on that wide side of the field. They think, hey, we got the speed, we got the dudes, we got the athletes, we're going to be fine. Now, here's where this play really gets blown up, and this is where Brent Venables in this mind game and just the looks that he gives you really confuses Michigan's offensive line for most of the night. Right here, I want you to pay attention to our left tackle. This guy right here is going to go second level. We're going to leave unblocked free runners, which is fine. We're going to watch 83 is going to motion this direction after the snap, after the pitch when we come back around. We're going to motion here. That's going to be my block. I'm going to have to pick that up. The problem is we don't even put a body on him. We don't put a shoulder on him. And we're going second level to a Mike linebacker that's outside of the near hash, 6 yards off the football. We have got to put a body on this guy right here. We have 2 free runners. The next problem with this, okay, is that Bryce Underwood, after the handoff, when he starts moving out this way, he does not put any kind of a chip or rub on this free runner here. He has to put a shoulder on him. He's either got to stand in his way. He has to do something here. But Oklahoma utilizes speed. Again, it's miscommunication from Michigan's offensive line. It's not a great play design. I don't know why we're going second level to stand and wait for a block that, if anything, is just going to take a wide angle and run around us that far down the field. And we just get blown up in the backfield before we can even move forward. So let's run it. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So right off the bat, here we go. We're going second level. We're coming to fill up this block, but it's a 1-on-2. Bryce Underwood has to put a body on somebody here. I understand he doesn't want to get hit. I totally understand. But yet again, Brent Venables wins the numbers game. You're outmatched. We're going second level to a guy who's flowing this way. He's not even in the play, man. Let's just run it, and we're going to see. So right off the bat, here comes the toss. Bryce Underwood, he says, no, I don't want contact. I'm out of here. At 83, not the worst block in the world. But the biggest problem actually in this play is really, I believe number one is Samaj Morgan. He doesn't take the right lane, essentially. So 83 does a good job of at least just getting him out of the mix. 5 follows Underwood. So design-wise, with what we want, I mean, we're still just kind of standing here like, who do I block? But this needs to go right there. The problem is, though, the interior push here is too much. We get bullied on the interior yet again. So, you know, the flow to this, we probably make this tackle. There's a good chance. But with Samaj Morgan's speed and shiftiness, again, this is the gap right here. We've got to shoot that. And then it's off to the races. Then 71 peels that backside block, and we got how much green grass to take off on the wide side. We don't do any of those things I just talked about. And in turn, we try to take this wide, and we get tackled for a huge loss, and it just a disaster from the get-go. 2nd and 3. We're finally empty. It's our widest split we've had so far in this video out of Chip Lindsey and the Wolverines. I love the look. I love what we're doing here. To the wide side of the field, we got 4 guys out wide. Oklahoma is really just giving us a base 4-2 look. We have our 4 down linemen. We really have our 2 linebackers here. And then we got 5 guys in the secondary. That's what we're playing. Just a standard base 4-2-5 concept look here. All right. This is recognition. It's play recognition, it's awareness, and it's coaching. And this is just what killed Michigan all night long, is anytime they wanted to run something, not only was the blocking terrible, the communication was terrible, but Oklahoma was one step ahead. That is what Brent Venables does to defenses. He is always a step ahead of you, no matter what you try to scheme, no matter what a look may look like, because when we run this play, take a peek, I mean, we should have a at least 10-yard gain here. We have 3 guys that all we have to do, even with the recognition here, is make this block. Somebody just has to put a body on him and make this block. Instead, we whiff on the first one, all right? We run around on the second one here. We don't even rub, chip, nothing. Now, again, probably not his responsibility. The point man has to make that block. We have, if we just make this block, we have a tunnel with 2 blockers. We probably outrun this guy here, and we're off to the races again. This could be a huge play. Pursuit's got to make it there. Again, we're talking at least 8 to 10 yards before there's any kind of contact with an opportunity to make a play. But we don't make the block. We get outsmarted. It's just, again, recognition wins games, and that's what they do here. We sniff it out. Massive hit. We lay a lick on Justice Haynes. Just an embarrassing lick. We give him the little look down, the stare down, and just, again, out of Michigan. Bad blocking, bad execution leads to a great play on defense for Oklahoma. 1st and 18. Let's dig in the bag, right? Let's go in the wheelhouse. I know we have a true freshman quarterback. I know we're still in this game. We're only down 14 in the 3rd quarter, 9 minutes and 38 seconds left to play, so still enough time. It's not panic mode. We don't need to do anything crazy, but hardly any play action in this game. A lot of condensed splits. The field is crammed. It just, to me, we're making life harder on Bryce Underwood. And Venables is eating this alive. Again, we have just another base 4-3. We get a very condensed set from Michigan. Our widest guy is just barely outside of the hashes. So we're allowing Oklahoma and Venables to just sit. Not even force or put. We're just letting them sit with 9 guys really in the box, okay? We have our corner here. We have our other corner here. We have our 4 down linemen, our 3 backers here. All right, that right there, outside of these 2 safeties, are 9 guys in the box already from before the ball is even snapped. And these safeties are moving forward. They are not threatened. Venables and Oklahoma are not threatened with anything over their heads. No kind of bootleg, no naked bootleg, no play action, no nothing. That was really what hurt Michigan a lot in this game, and that's just what Venables in this Oklahoma defense is taking what Michigan's giving them. So I'm going to run the play. We're going to see. We're going to try to do a little bit of like a read option jet sweep, so to speak. And this thing just, it doesn't go anywhere. I mean, the immediate penetration is just whiff after whiff. We just completely whiff on this block. I mean, we're just walking free. Like no one's even blocking here. We're trying to pull out there. Miscommunication on the line. We're having to shift down because we're sending bodies. We have a free runner here. It's just the numbers game killed them. The amount of times that Oklahoma blitzed off one of the two edges when it was a condensed split or a condensed set like that, Michigan had no answer. Not only were they outnumbered, but the communication was terrible. And Venables is just taking food from a baby all night long. We'll watch the rest of this play roll out. Nowhere to run. Even if we break that tackle, it's not happening. Look how deep our safeties are already coming down here. It's just, just too easy all night long for the Sooners, man. Fourth quarter, we're down 8. It's a 1st and 10. We got the ball back. We're still in a football game that we have not played very well. We need points. But more than anything, let's just start the drive on a good note. All right, let's just get our freshman quarterback some momentum. Let him see a completion or two. Let's stay above the sticks. We're on the road. It's a hostile environment. The last thing you can afford to do is take a negative play. And this Oklahoma defense has had their way for most of this football game. Instead, what do? They show us a 4-2-5. We miss the mesh point. Not even half a second to breathe. We're sacked. What went wrong, and what did Oklahoma's defense do right here? Well, 4-2-5 look out of Oklahoma, okay? We have our 4 down linemen right here. We're going to have our 2 linebackers, one there, one there. We're going to have everybody else in the secondary, all right? We're going to send a little bit of a motion here out of Michigan and just a quick little turn, like a little speed out. I love this, and it's open. Oklahoma is giving you this. Guys, pay attention to, so I'm gonna draw this route again. This is what we do. We turn our head immediately. This is where the football should have been thrown. Okay, we're nearly inside the defensive end here. That's going to be hard to get out there and make this play. This receiver can take this corner either with him down the field or he can make a block, shield him, put a body on him, do something. All right, that gives us numbers to the outside. The safety's going to have to make at least a good angle at 5 or 6 yards after we've gained those yards to make a play. All right, so at minimum, we're at least picking up 4, 5, 6 yards on first down. We're ahead of the sticks. We take a deep breath. All right, let's keep rolling, right? Let's get right back to the play card. But instead, we just completely botch everything about this, all right? We're going to run a route here. 7's going to come around that route and let him run free to the next level, our defender, our corner back here, all right? Justice Haynes, all he has to do on this play is make this block. Now, we get an absolute bull rush of just destroyed in here. Our center just gets pushed all the way into outside of Norman, Oklahoma, nearly into this play. Justice Haynes, terrible block. It's already a mismatch. We're going to see them both meet right at this mesh point, and the whole thing is just terrible. From the beginning of this play, Oklahoma just out-physicals you, if that's even a word, right? They're just more physical than you on the line, and we see what happens, right? We get the bull rush all the way in the back. We end up getting the sack. I guess you could call it half and half for both of those guys. Justice Haynes, big whiff on the block. Just a big whiff offensively for Michigan. 3rd and 15, same exact drive from the last play we just showed. All right, we need a first down badly. We have struggled, fallen on our face offensively. What do? Hey, we spread it out. We finally throw the football down here to the short side, and it gets tipped. It falls incomplete. What in the world did Oklahoma just do to me? Okay, look at this look. We're showing 3 down linemen. 3 down linemen, okay? Michigan's thinking, hey, all we have to do is communicate this. That's all we need to do. We see these 2 guys here. We're not sure if they're coming or going, but we have to communicate what's going to happen. I want you to keep an eye on the stunt that these 2 run. This is beautiful Venables football. They are going to run one of the widest stunts you're going to see. And the problem is, when we get here and we start to create a little bit of chaos right there, right? We get in there, we muddy it up a bit. Same thing out on the edge over here. We muddy it up. We almost are blocking, in a sense, to allow both of these stunts to run all the way around to Bryce Underwood. We're going to go all the way around, and we have enough time to do it, and the reason we do is because the smart behind Brent Venables knows it's 3rd and 15. How long will a route take to develop to even get close to the sticks? That's why we have time to run a stunt that we're running halfway around Narnia just to get to the backfield, and it works. We get a hand on the ball. This gentleman right here runs all the way around, takes his Narnia route, jumps, tips, incomplete pass. We're punting again for how many times in this game? So we're going to see it. We're going to take this stunt all the way around. waits for the clearage, gets in there, tips it, another 3 and out for the Wolverines. Hey, if you guys made it this far, I appreciate you tuning in. It means the world to me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, like, comment, subscribe. We're working our way to 1,000 subscribers. Love college football. Love you guys. And I hope you all have an amazing day, night, afternoon, morning, whatever it is for you. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys.